Hello, my friend, and welcome once again. How was yesterday video, or how was the one video, depending on how you program to watch the videos? I believe you learned something, and I believe you were able to implement something so that you can start your transformational journey. So I want to welcome you to the second video of Uncover Your New Path mini course, how to move from where you are to where you want to be. Now, in this video, we are going to build upon what we started in video 1. And once again, I want you to please find yourself in a very quiet environment and also get your notebook and get your pen. Yes, because we are going to work again. So if you are watching it for the first time, which I don't think you should, because you should watch video 1 so that you can build upon with this video. So please, if you know what the first video for this mini course, please do that. Go back, look for the video, find it wherever it is, and watch it, because it will help you a real deal. There is no need for you to watch this second video if you have not watched the video 1, because we are building upon what we did in video 1. So please go ahead and get the video. Now, before we move on, I also want to just use a few minutes to introduce myself again. My name is Grace Kwashi. I'm the author of I Kiss My Job Goodbye. I'm a mindset and money coach. I work with African women and I help them deal with the setbacks that is stopping them from taking their lives and their business to the global platform. I also help them identify and use their uniqueness and their potentials for impact and for profit. I'm also a serial entrepreneur with several businesses and also an international speaker. I love to speak, or I'm passionate speaking on issues relating to transformation, resilience, and restoration. That's just a bit about myself. I'm very happy and proud of how far I've come by God's grace. But what I want you to know is that this was only 5 years ago, and that is why I am here to show you how you can also chart a new transformation path for your life. 5 years ago, I lost my high-profile banking job to redundancy, which made me feel very disappointed and broken. I also felt that I was not good enough. That was why I was laid off. And that thought of not good enough kept haunting me. But it wasn't until one night, tired of sleep and all that, I woke up and I had an encounter. And what was that encounter? That encounter was when I heard this question, Grace, where are you now? The second question I heard was, Grace, where do you want to be? The third question I heard was, what do you have to do to get to where you want to be? In this video, we are going to talk about the second question that I asked myself 5 years ago. Are you ready for this? Get your notebook and get your pen. Because once again, we are going to create the future that you want to be. So today I'm going to talk about the second question, and the second question is, where do you want to be? 5 years ago, when I asked myself this question, in the middle of the nights that I couldn't sleep because I was crying and worried, as soon as I asked myself this question, I started smiling. I had a grain of smile on my cheeks when I asked myself this question, where do you want to be? Because it gave me a certain hope of where I want to be. And also, it made me start dreaming again. Because when I lost my job, I lost my dreams too as well. As a young girl who ran away from home to attend the university because my dad was not ready to take me. And I was very, very ambitious to go to the university. And going to the university, graduating with a good grade, getting a job, and finally losing it. That is a big dream that I lost. So when I asked myself where where I want to be was I want to be an inspiration all along. When I left home 19 years ago, I want to be an inspiration. But I lost my job and I lost that dream. So where do I want to be? I want to be an inspiration. And it was also during that time when I asked myself that question, where do I want to be? That was when I had the inspiration to write my first book, I Kissed My Job Goodbye. So please don't take this question lightly. Please write it in your book. Where do you want to be? And if you can, please, you can pause this video and just take your time and ask yourself this question. We are not in a hurry, we are not going anywhere. I'm here for you. So pause this video and ask yourself, Juliet, where do I want to be? Remember, in video 1, you ask yourself, where are you now? So I'm very sure that if you've done the exercise, you have become so clear of your current situation. Yes, you remember the map at the Dubai Mall? Yes, so you have noted where you are now. Now, where do you want to be? You are moving from that current situation to where you want to be now. So I want you to write it down. Where do you want to be? It's the moment of creating your future. Now, creation happens twice, and you can do your own research. Anything that has been created, whether our phone, whether the furniture in your room, even a building, the TV, everything that has been created was created twice. Can you guess where the first one was created? I know you are thinking, oh, you didn't know about it. The first creation happens in the mind. And it happens in our mind before it comes to reality. So, if I'm telling you to uncover a new path for your life, and I'm asking you to ask yourself this question, where do you want to be? All I want you to do is, I want you to create your future before it becomes a reality. I want you to create that future now. And I don't want you to look down upon yourself or your current situation, what surrounds you. When I asked myself 5 years ago that question, where do you want to be, Grace? I was living in a rented apartment and I was alone. My husband was not even around because he had just gotten an assignment in another country, a missionary assignment. And I had cried. I couldn't even eat. I was weak. So my current situation was not even encouraging for me to say where I want to be. But I created what I am doing now 5 years ago when I started looking into the future, having a mental picture of where I want to be 5 years after losing my job, whatever after losing my job. And so I would even say that this video or this mini course was created 5 years ago when I lost my job. When I asked myself that question, where do I want to be? And I said, I want to inspire people. I want to empower people. I want my story to be a survival guide for anyone who has experienced a setback. And I want people to know that experiencing a setback doesn't mean that you are stopped or you should stop yourself from achieving your dreams. This is getting very interesting and juicy. And at this part of the journey, I become so passionate about it because that is my standout point, and I love it so much when I'm teaching people how to create the future for themselves. Because if you can't see it, you can't get it. If you can't see it, you can't receive it. So you need to create that future for yourself. Now, I want you to look at all the areas in your life. Where do you want to be? If a woman 5 years from now, where do you want to be? If you are working 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the management team? Do you want to be in gotten a promotion? You want to double or triple or quadruple your income. Okay, now, as a young African lady, where do you want to be 5 years? Do you want to be speaking on global platform, encouraging other women to come out of themselves, be bold, and go out there to be the true version and the best version of themselves? Where do you want to be? Do you want to, in 5 years, 2 years, 1 year time, do you want to write your book? You have a book with your name all over, encouraging and inspiring people. Where do you want to be? Now, I can't answer this question for you. You have to answer it for yourself. In 5 years' time, you want to be living in your own dream house. Well, in 5 years' time, not even 5 years' time, less than 5 years' time, I want to be living in my dream house, which is by the beach side. So when 5 years' time, when I'm creating another mini course series again, all you'll be hearing is the waves of the beach. So let's create this. This is crucial moment. Please, you could see how I'm getting to my elements now. Please create this future, because if you can't not see it, you will not be able to receive it. Now, with asking yourself where do you want to be, I want you to engage your mindset. I want you to engage your mind, and don't engage your current situation. We dealt with our current situation in the first course when we asked ourselves, where do we want to be? In this video, we are dealing with our future. So you can pause the video and start writing, where do I want to be in 5 years' time? I want to have my own business. I want to start my own business. I want to be speaking around the globe. I want to write my first book. I want to start my charity projects. I want to start my mentoring projects. I want to help women do this. I want to help women. I want to help. I want to do this. I want to create this course. I want to build this thing. Everything that we have in this earth was created twice. The phone you are using, I heard a story about the late Steve Jobs when he had a vision of creating a phone with no keypad, and he envisioned, he created a phone that was, everything was glass at the surface, and all you need to do is press with no keypad. Well, when he told his workers, they said that this is not possible, but he had already created that phone in his mind. And guess what are we using now? How long has it been since you've seen this phone with keypad and all over? I think it's been a very long time. Yes, because it doesn't exist again. But someone dreamt of a phone that had no keypad and everything was a glass surface. So, my friend, you can also create your future. Where do you want to be? And I don't want you to look down upon yourself. If you want to live in your dream house, write it down. Because everything that you write down, you document it. This is a documentation. And you have it in your book. It is documented. Like what I have here is in my book. I've documented my story in my book. So this book is there. Even when I'm no more, it's on Amazon. People can download it and all that. That's the same thing you do when you document where you want to be. And also you legalize what you have written down. I didn't used to like writing things down. I think that everything is in my mind until when I started my personal development. And every coaching program I go, I'm told to write this down, write 100 dreams, write 10 things you want to achieve by, which I'm going to show you how you can do that in the last series of this course. And then I started doing it because I had to implement all the things that I have learned. As I'm talking to you now, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, some of the things that I wrote down has come to pass. Yes, it has come to pass. So I don't want you to joke with this exercise. Please write them down. This is the time to create your future. Remember, creation happens twice. First in the mind before it becomes a reality. Everything starts with a dream. The architect will have a dream and draw it on the paper. You see the house, and sometimes they send you the pictures. My house, they send me the pictures, and I look at the picture and it's like I'm already living in that house. That is how you have to design your life. Write everything you want to experience, the trips, the countries you want to go to, the food you want to eat, the car you want to drive. Write everything down. Where do you want to be? The books you want to write, the people you want to impact, the money you want to make. Write everything down. This is the first thing of creation. The second one is surely going to come to pass once you have documented and once you have legalized it by writing it down. This is amazing, and you can see how I got into my elements, because this is a sure way of moving you from where you are to where you want to be. So I will end this video here, and I'm going to see you in the last series, which is the third video, of how you can uncover your new path and move from where you are to where you want to be. Please, if you've gotten value from this video, please share on my social media handles what you learned from this video. You can also reach out to me through my website www.rosquashi.com. All my social media handles are Rosquashi Instagram, Rosquashi LinkedIn, Rosquashi Facebook. And I'll be so happy to hear from you, because I just can't wait to see how your life is going to turn out after this mini course. I didn't do anything magical to get to where I am, from broke and jobless to becoming a self-published author, an international coach and speaker, and a business entrepreneur, and several millions of dollars from the businesses that I do. So please take this exercise very serious. I know that when you write it down, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years time, 5 years time, where you want to be, is surely going to come to pass. Please don't joke with this exercise. I'll see you in the last series. Thank you so much for taking this course, and take care. Bye-bye.